Hello and welcome to today's webinar, CBD versus COPAIBA. Thank you for taking about 30 minutes out of your day to join me for this webinar. I know there are many other things you could be focusing your time on, and I honor you for choosing to learn more about the difference between CBD and COPAIBA oils. My name is Peggy Meyer. This is a photo of my family and I recently in Florida. I have been a doTERRA wellness advocate for over 4 years. doTERRA's essential oils and supplements have improved the life of my husband, myself, and our 6 children in so many different ways. Today, I'm excited to share with you the benefits of COPAIBA, one of the oils my family uses on a daily basis. The goal of today's webinar is to discuss the differences between CBD oil and doTERRA's COPAIBA essential oil. COPAIBA can be pronounced a couple different ways, COPAIBA or COPAIBA, depending on where you are in the world. I may use them interchangeably, but I'm talking about the same product. Just to forewarn you though, some of this information will get a little sciencey, but I will try to make it as simple as possible. Let's start with the background of what a cannabinoid is. There are 4 different types of cannabinoids. The endocannabinoids are naturally produced in your body. Phytocannabinoids come from plants. CBD is one example. Tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, is the main psychoactive compound in marijuana. It is often found in high concentrations in cannabis oil and more than trace amounts in hemp and CBD oil. THC causes a high feeling or state. THC activates both the CB1 and CB2 receptors. More on these receptors later. Synthetic cannabinoids are produced by humans in labs. Cannabinoids are anything that triggers your endocannabinoid system, the ECS. So let's talk a little bit more about this important system in our body. The endocannabinoid system plays a vital role in regulating many functions within your body, including the inflammatory system, immune function, sleep, appetite, digestion, pain receptors, hormones, reproductive function, and memory. The endocannabinoid system is a system of receptors, enzymes, and molecules that help stabilize the body to maintain greater periods of homeostasis. So this system basically helps the body normalize protective responses and is part of your defensive system. Now let's learn a little bit more about the receptors. The endocannabinoids made by the body are meant to interact with their cannabinoid receptors, CB1 and CB2. CB1 is primarily found in the central nervous system through the brain, where one can get those psychoactive responses, and in the spinal cord. But they are also located in other areas of the body, such as blood vessels and eyes. CB1 receptors are associated with the pleasure and reward pathway. CB2 receptors are found mainly in the immune system and the immune-related organs such as the spleen and tonsils, major organs such as the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, and gallbladder, and the digestive organs including the colon, stomach, small intestines, and pancreas. CB2 receptors are even in our bones and muscles. Because of this, the CB2 receptors can widely influence our body. So what is CBD? The term CBD is short for cannabinol, which is a naturally occurring chemical compound from the cannabis plant, marijuana, or hemp plants. CBD is a cannabis extract, which means it is a botanical, an isolated molecule, a single compound. Unlike its cousin, THC, CBD is not psychoactive because it does not affect the CBD1 receptor in a significant way. CBD is not an essential oil. CBD is an extract that is often mixed with a carrier oil, such as an olive oil, to create CBD oil. How does CBD interact with the endocannabinoid system? Although some studies have found CBD interacts directly with the CB1 and CB2 receptors, that interaction is so weak that it is not clinically significant. However, CBD does indirectly affect your endocannabinoid system by a different mechanism than most cannabinoids. CBD acts on an enzyme called fatty acid amide hydrolase, or FAAH. CBD slows down the enzyme's activity, which leads to increased levels of anandamide in the body, which interacts with the CB1 and CB2 receptors. Interaction of the CB1 receptor results in increased feel-good feelings. These euphoric feelings are similar to the effects of THC, although the effect is much less. Interaction of the CB2 receptors results in the soothing of inflammation in the tissues. So research has found CBD indirectly activates the CB1 and CB2 receptors in the endocannabinoid system. But is it safe and effective? CBD can be found in anything from dog treats to gummies to mascara. So it is certainly easy to be swept up in the current trend of taking CBD oil, but there are reasons to be cautious. CBD comes from an industry that is not very regulated, and it is not checked for purity. The amount of CBD within the products can be highly variable. The FDA acknowledges that some companies are marketing products containing cannabis and cannabis-derived compounds in ways that violate the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, and that may put the health and safety of consumers at risk. There is little medical scientific research on CBD. This is due largely to legal and research limitations. There is some research beginning to appear. It is too early to make any conclusions about the perceived health benefits. Long-term benefits or consequences have not yet been determined. But is CBD legal? The legality of CBD is complex. The 2018 Act did not remove the FDA's authority to regulate products containing cannabis or cannabis-derived compounds under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act and the Public Health Service Act. This means that any product containing cannabis or cannabis compounds, such as CBD, is still subject to the same laws as any other drug or dietary supplement. This includes CBD oil. Any product containing CBD, regardless of its THC content, cannot currently be sold as a dietary supplement. This is because the FDA has approved neither the THC nor the CBD under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. However, the Agricultural Improvement Act of 2018 allows cannabis with THC of less than 0.3% to be grown in states whose laws allow the industrial production and sale of hemp, which has skyrocketed the number of products that have CBD in them. But these products are still subject to all other relevant laws, such as the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. As confusing as the legality is, it boils down to this. If CBD comes from a hemp plant with less than 0.3% THC, you can buy it under federal law. But some states still have legal restrictions on the possession of CBD. For instance, I live in Nebraska. Colorado is next door. You can buy it and possess it there, but you can't bring it across the border legally. But what about purity? While you can practically purchase CBD containing items from anywhere, there is no guarantee that what you're getting is what is on the label. The FDA currently has no standards for products containing CBD. So without FDA oversight, the purity and potency of the drug may vary considerably. When it comes to verifying product purity, third-party testing is best. However, this is not required, and many manufacturers may skip paying the fees to ensure products that are pure. This is a real concern. In fact, a 2017 Journal of the American Medical Association study tested 84 CBD products, and 69% of these products were mislabeled, and multiple products had higher levels of THC than are currently allowed by federal regulations. Wow, that's pretty alarming. Also, researchers at Roseman University tried to compare the effects of CBD and COPAIBA on various pathways. They bought 6 different CBD oils from various vendors, but only one passed the purity and quality standard to be able to be used in their research. This makes it difficult to use CBD products in research because researchers need a product that guarantees equality and purity every time in order to have valid conclusions. This is one of the main reasons little research has been done on CBD. We have discussed what CBD oil is, how it interacts with the endocannabinoid system, safety, legal, and purity issues, but what are the benefits? As we discussed earlier through the indirect activation of the CB2 receptors, some people have experienced soothing of inflammation in tissues. What are some other benefits researchers are finding? Researchers in limited studies have found the following benefits of CBD. It can reduce pain associated with diseases like multiple sclerosis and rheumatoid arthritis, especially combined with THC. It could reduce anxiety and depression at a dose of 300 milligrams. It can alleviate cancer-related symptoms, nausea, vomiting, and pain in combination with THC. It may reduce acne due to anti-inflammatory properties. It might have neuroprotective properties. There has been a little bit of research suggesting the ease of symptoms related to epilepsy and Parkinson's. And CBD could benefit heart health by lowering high blood pressure with a dose of 600 milligrams. All these research studies are limited, and as usual, more research is needed. Now that you have a better understanding of CBD, but before we talk about COPAIBA, let me give you a brief overview on what essential oils are. Essential oils are natural, aromatic, and highly concentrated compounds that give plants its aroma, protects plants from harsh environmental conditions and insects, and even plays a part in plant pollination. The oils contain hundreds of different compounds, providing complex and versatile ability to combat threats without building up resistance. Essential oil use is not a fad, but rather a long-time tradition started centuries ago in civilizations all over the world for their health benefits. Oils work with the body to address issues and root causes at the cellular level. Essential oils can be used aromatically, topically, and if they have a supplemental facts label on them, they can be used internally. With advancing technology, improved quality, potency, and safety, essential oils are now more accessible and easy to use in everyday life than ever before. Additionally, there is increasing scientific evidence and research to show the effectiveness and safe nature of essential oils. But how are they made? Essential oils are extracted and distilled from plants. The exact process for producing an essential oil will vary depending on what type of plant and what part of the plant the essential oil comes from. Essential oil resides within different parts of the plant, the leaf, rind, resin, or roots, often in microscopic amounts. During the distillation process, machinery will separate the essential oil from its original plant part. For example, when citrus oils are produced, machinery is used to separate or press the essential oil from the fruit's rind. Other oils are steam distilled. It is important to note that not all essential oils are created equally. So let's talk about purity. The purity of an oil can change and vary depending on geographic location, distillation methods, weather, and other factors. No matter how well a plant is selected, cared for, and harvested, The quality of essential oils can either be preserved or destroyed during the distillation process. Because of the attention to detail and precision necessary in distillation, it becomes less of a process and more of an art form. Distillers must be precise and pay careful attention to harvesting methods, temperatures, time of distillation, the amount of pressure used, etc. When purchasing essential oils like COPAIBA, purity should be a significant concern. An essential oil that isn't pure means you run the risk of putting germs, heavy metals, or adulterants like synthetic reproductions onto or into your body, which can provoke irritation, adverse effects, or even illness. So what makes doTERRA's purity process different from all other companies? doTERRA takes purity very seriously. In fact, doTERRA created its own testing process, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, or CPTG for short. This process puts every batch of essential oils through an exhaustive testing protocol using 5 different physical, chemical, and stability tests. The CPTG process certifies that doTERRA's oils are free of synthetics, additives, and harmful contaminants that would reduce their efficacy. doTERRA even goes a step further, putting all their products and packaging through a battery of tests to ensure a long and effective shelf life. Over 54 internal and third-party tests are completed on each oil sample. This protocol ensures potency, purity, and consistency from batch to batch. Each bottle of doTERRA oil even has a unique quality ID on the bottom of the bottle that you can use to view the test results from an independent, verified third-party lab on Source to You. You can find this link on doTERRA's website, doTERRA.com, under the tab Our Story. Now that you know a little bit more on what essential oils are and doTERRA's quality standards, let's talk about COPAIBA oil. COPAIBA comes from a tropical tree native to South America, in particular the Amazon rainforest, that grows up to 100 feet tall and can live up to 400 years old. For hundreds of years, traditional healers in northern Brazil have used COPAIBA trees for their health benefits. The COPAIBA oil is extracted from the resin or bark of 4 different species of COPAIBA trees by tapping the tree, a similar process used in getting syrup from maple trees, and it is steam distilled. This blend of multiple species contributes to a more potent and effective essential oil. Like all doTERRA essential oils, COPAIBA oil goes through the stringent process to produce a certified pure therapeutic grade product. Again, CPTG is the world's highest quality essential oils and are verified safe for all ages and uses to ensure therapeutic benefits without harmful side effects. So how does COPAIBA affect the endocannabinoid system? COPAIBA is high in beta-caryophyllene, about 50 to 70% in fact, and it is the beta-caryophyllene that selectively and directly binds to and activates the CB2 receptors in the endocannabinoid system. Because COPAIBA has complete plant chemistry and is not just an isolated molecule like CBD, the interaction between COPAIBA and cannabinoid receptors is not dependent on any other mechanism. This direct stimulation triggers a rapid and immediate response, allowing research to collect more reliable information about dosage and effects than they can with CBD. So how much COPAIBA is needed to create a response? Current research studies are finding that as little as 1 to 2 drops of COPAIBA oil produces noticeable results in people. And looking at the slide, 1 drop of COPAIBA oil has an equivalent of 45 milligrams of beta-caryophyllene, which is enough to elevate a person's mood. 2 drops, or about 100 milligrams of beta-caryophyllene, can reduce sad and anxious feelings, compared to 300 milligrams of CBD that was mentioned previously. Each drop of essential oil has the ability to influence every cell in our body. CBD, on the other hand, the body only absorbs about 6% of what is ingested, so it takes a much higher dose to get a response. But what about the cost? In looking at price, COPAIBA, if you have a wholesale account with doTERRA, costs you $35. There's approximately 250 drops in a 15 milliliter bottle. That is 14 cents per drop, meaning for 14 cents, you can elevate your mood. Or for 28 cents, you can reduce sad and anxious feelings. That seems pretty reasonable to me. This is compared to CBD oil that has less than 8% CBD in it for 2 to 5 times the cost, with no guarantee of how much CBD is in the bottle, let alone how many drops it would take to get 300 milligrams of CBD absorbed into your system to indirectly affect your CB2 receptors to reduce your sad and anxious feelings. To me, using CBD oil is more of a guessing game than using 1 to 2 drops of pure COPAIBA to get direct results for a lot less money. But what else can COPAIBA be used for? COPAIBA oil supports healthy cellular function, supports the health of the cardiovascular, nervous, digestive, immune, and respiratory systems. It contains powerful antioxidants. In other words, it supports the entire endocannabinoid system for whole body wellness. With a pleasant, spicy, and woody aroma, COPAIBA oil can help calm emotions and create a relaxing environment. It's a wonderful oil to turn to at the end of a stressful day. And who isn't stressed at the end of the day? So how do you use COPAIBA? Like with most essential oils, you can use them in 3 ways: aromatically, topically, and internally. Diffusing or inhaling COPAIBA oil is profoundly relaxing and soothing. Add a few drops to a diffuser for emotional support. COPAIBA oil is widely used in cosmetics due to its beautifying effect on the skin. To promote a clear, smooth complexion, COPAIBA oil may be combined with cedarwood and diluted with fractionated coconut oil and applied topically. Or add a drop of COPAIBA oil to facial moisturizer to help keep skin clear and reduce the appearance of blemishes. For increased cellular support, take internally alone or with frankincense. For digestive support at mealtimes, take with peppermint. Add 1 or 2 drops of COPAIBA oil to water, juice, or tea, or simply drop under the tongue as part of your daily health regimen, or to support the health of the cardiovascular, immune, digestive, nervous, and respiratory systems. For even more uses, check out doTERRA's website, doTERRA.com, and search for COPAIBA uses. Now let's recap a few comparisons. CBD is a cannabis plant extract mixed with carrier oil. COPAIBA is an essential oil extracted from a resin of a tree. CBD is a single compound. COPAIBA has over 100 compounds in it. CBD indirectly activates the CB2 receptors for a slower cellular response. COPAIBA directly activates the CB2 receptors for a quicker response. CBD's purity is inconsistent and unknown. COPAIBA essential oil is 100% certified pure therapeutic grade. CBD is expensive for a beneficial dose versus pennies per drop of COPAIBA. Clinical doses of CBD can harm the liver, and CBD often has added substances like THC. COPAIBA is safe, non-toxic, and tolerable. There have been over 1,000 studies done on COPAIBA, much fewer on CBD because of the research limitations. Potency of CBD is highly variable due to inconsistent concentrations. As little as 1 drop of COPAIBA can produce benefits, and you are assured the product is the same time after time. There are still legal issues with CBD, whereas COPAIBA has none. Only 6% of ingested CBD is absorbed, whereas 1 drop of COPAIBA can influence every cell in the body. COPAIBA also improves the absorption of other essential oils and has secondary and tertiary benefits that last longer than the initial benefit. Wow, I know I shared a ton of information today, and I thank you for sticking with me throughout all the science information. Thank you for joining me today. When it comes to health and wellness, there are seemingly unlimited options to choose from. Before taking anything, it is important to understand the science behind the product. doTERRA is the only essential oil company I personally trust for myself and for my family. CBD versus COPAIBA. I choose COPAIBA. What are you going to choose? If you have questions after viewing this webinar, please contact me. My email is peggy@positivesolutions@gmail.com, or follow me on Facebook at Positive Solutions for Life. If you want to order COPAIBA, please contact me, or you can go to my website, www.mydoterra.com/positivesolutions. Again, I thank you for taking time out of your day today and for your commitment to improving your health. Thank you and have a great day.